Hillary Clinton stopped and took some questions from reporters just a short time ago.
Let's listen in.
At the time, she was being asked by her constituents to investigate Trump University because of the effects that these people that she's responsible for had experienced. And of course, as we know, there was a phone conversation between them. They contradict each other. The American people deserve to know what was said because clearly the Attorney General did not proceed with the investigation. So the list is growing. The Washington Post has a long list of many of the behaviors, the experiences, the activities that Trump is engaged in that raise serious questions. The New York Times discovered about $650 million owed to foreign banks and foreign entities. We know about his relationships with the Kremlin, his own and those of people with whom he has worked. And truly, the list goes on and on. The scams, the frauds, the questionable relationships, the business activities that have stiffed workers, refused to pay small businesses. So clearly, his tax returns tell a story that the American people deserve and need to know. And his continuing claim that he can't release his tax returns because he's under audit has been disproved repeatedly. And so the question really is, will he abide by the precedent that everyone else, Republican and Democrat alike, have fulfilled in providing that critical information to the American people? I think the burden is on him, and indeed for the rest of us in the campaign, on our side, the press, the public, to demand what a big majority of the American public says they want, which is for him to release his tax returns. So I'm going to continue to raise this because I think it is a fundamental issue about him in this campaign that we're going to talk about in one way or another for the next 62 days because he clearly has something to hide. We don't know exactly what it is, but we're getting better guesses about what it probably is. And if he's going to pursue this campaign, he owes it to the American people to come clean and release those tax returns. So we'll take some questions.
With that, let's start with Jen right here.
Hi, Jen.
So this is not going to be my question, but kind of backing off of that first. Do you think that you are held to a different standard than he is, either by the media and by voters? It seems like a lot of voters don't actually care. They're just like, they know that he has done some shady things and they're okay with that, but they are concerned about you. And more broadly, Jason Chaffetz today asked a judge to look into the deletion of some of your emails and has said that he's going to do more hearings, including one on FOIA on Thursday. Are you concerned that they're just continuing to dig into you? And do you worry that if you win, they will keep doing that?
Jen, that's a very good question. Jen basically said, do I think there is a different standard for Trump than for me? And do I think that a lot of these issues that are raised about Trump are dismissed because somehow the American public has factored into their assessment of him that, you know, that's the kind of guy he is, right? And a lot of this behavior coming from him seems to be expected somehow. And that's fine if you're a reality TV star or you're a real estate developer. I don't think it is fine if you want to be president of the United States. And I could only say, look, this is not new to me. You can go back and look at a lot of what has been said about me by so many people going back 25 years. And so it's something that I've just accepted. When I'm in office, I work well with Republicans. And I believe as president, I will work well with Republicans again. We have a long archive of quite complimentary comments that Republicans who have worked with me have said over the years. And I think we should do more to get those out, Nick, because they come from the center to the far right in terms of people who I worked with as First Lady, I worked with as Senator, I worked with as Secretary of State. I know how to work with Republicans. I believe we can get results when I am president. But I have no doubt that they would prefer not to have another Democratic president in the White House. And so I'm running for this job. I believe I'm the best person for this job, and they're going to keep coming after me. And your example about the congressman calling for more hearings is just a perfect segue, because you know, the FBI resolved all of this. Their report answered all the questions. The findings included debunking his latest conspiracy theories. I believe I have created so many jobs in the sort of conspiracy theory machine factory, because honestly, they never quit. They keep coming back. And here's another one. It's been debunked. If that's how they want to spend their time instead of looking to address the problems of the American people, that's their choice. But when I'm president, we're going to get down to business, and we're going to get results. You know what? I can't speak for what they want to do. I think they should have learned a lesson from this campaign. Why did someone come from the outside and seize their nomination who had never been in public service before, with the kind of record that he has of bankruptcies and fraud allegations and all kinds of questions about his deals and who finances him? Because clearly Republicans were not producing results for people who support them. And I think that's what one of the results of this election will be. You know, you don't keep doing the same thing in politics over and over again when it's not working, and it's clearly not working for a lot of the Republicans. Those who are in safe districts are looking over their shoulder right now. So I think that they're going to have to come to the conclusion that maybe they should actually produce results for the American people and not engage in all of this partisan conspiracy theorizing that doesn't put one more good job for anybody on the table, doesn't educate a kid, doesn't improve health care, doesn't do anything other than try to keep people agitated so that they can, take advantage of them politically.
Absolutely. Let's go to Colleen right here.
Hi.
To follow up on the Chambers investigation, though, he's asked for the U.S. Attorney to look into whether your aides deleted emails that had already been subpoenaed. Do you have any concerns that emails were deleted after they were already supposed to be preserved? And did you ask for them to be deleted?
No, of course not. I have no concern on either count. None. And neither did the FBI.
MJ?
Look, I am preparing for the debates. I'm doing my homework. Donald Trump is a self-proclaimed great debater who won every one of the Republican debates. So I take nothing for granted. I think this will be a difficult, challenging debate, which is why I'm going to be thinking hard about what I need to present to the American people. I think there is so much in his political and public life that deserves to be examined. I am going to concentrate on what will affect the American people were he ever to get anywhere near the White House, because as I've said repeatedly, he is unqualified to be president and temperamentally unfit to be commander-in-chief. I think this is a huge challenge that his candidacy poses for our country. And the choice couldn't be starker. So we're going to talk about the kinds of things he has said about our allies and our friends, his cozying up to dictators, his banning an entire religion from coming to our country, his desire to deport 16 million people with a deportation force, and literally so much else. That's what I'm going to be focused on.